The wisdom in this verse, they be calling me the lyrical Solomon. I'm here to take souls, I don't really want so many followers. What is the battle? Who's your opponent? What are you fighting for? Just pay attention, your inner voice, the answer is critical. Life is taekwondo, so kick your demons in the face. Never hesitate to put your bullies in the place. Life's a marathon, we treat it here like it's a race. Walu rapping here, masterpieces to my death. This is my what? My victory. What's manifesting is my victory. This is my what? My victory.
Guys, this is a shout out to Walu. Walu, thank you very much for reaching out to me with that awesome song. And the rest of you guys, if you like his music and you want to check out the full track, which I do recommend, it resonates a lot with us Sigma males, do check out the link in the description below. Anyway, without further ado, hey, what's up KAIJUS? It's your boy Kaiju Kong, emerged from the depths of sweet solitude to bring you some more Sigma, soul, sustenance. Alright, intro and background into this video. A subscriber reached out to me on Instagram, basically telling me his life story. He is a younger Sigma male. He was 15 or 16 if I'm not wrong. And he was telling me how does he maximize his potential as a Sigma male at that age. Well, I told him that a Sigma male's growth process at that age is not very high. Why? Because he is still restricted exactly to his family. And only when you break free from the bonds of living in the same house as your family, whether your parents or your mom or just your dad, you will never develop fully as a Sigma male. You'll never mature fully as a Sigma male. Now, why is that? Because, as was mentioned in a previous video, an OG Sigma, shout out to you, he mentioned that nature is the best teacher. Look at this, check this out. You see, this is a bonsai. I kind of grow bonsais. It's like a little pastime of mine. And as you can see, the bonsai is actually a miniature version of a tree. This is an actual tree. It's not a special species. This is a tree that can grow potentially higher than 10 meters. And yet look at it. It's mature, it's old, but it's small, it's miniature. Why is that? Because the two main things that creates a miniature tree or a bonsai is one, the pot, and two, the constant trimming. Of course, it starts to grow out, as you can see, it starts to grow out here and there, but then I will trim that to maintain its shape. And that way, it's prevented from growing any bigger. You have the potential to grow up to 5-10 meters, and yet the thing that restricts your growth is that you live in a pot, guys. What is the pot? The rules and expectations established by the constant hierarchy, established by your parents. Do not do this, do not do that, there's a curfew, do not comb your hair that way, do not talk that way, do not believe in this, do not believe in that, do this, do that. That is the pot, guys. You're not able to grow further, you don't establish your own identity. And also, you see this? This is you. This is like you growing your own identity. I want to grow this way, I want to grow that way. But no. What I do is I have to cut this string because I have control over what this bonsai looks like. It's the same. That's why with parents, they try to mold you into their idea of what success looks like. Maybe their ideas are correct, but their ideas are correct of a different generation. It does not apply to the generation now when there is technology and you can basically make money from doing whatever that you want. But you just have to be wise about it. So here you are growing, oh, I want to start a business. No, you can't start a business, you have to get a job. Here I'm growing, I want to be a music producer, I want to be a rapper. Nope, rapper is not a feasible choice. You gotta work in McDonald's. It's exactly the same, guys. Do the best that you can. Be the best bonsai that you can while you are in that hierarchy, while you are still living with your parents, while you're still at home. Be the best bonsai. Look the best, grow as much as you can while you're in that hierarchy, take advantage of it. Once you transfer yourself as a tree onto a bigger plot of land, into the world, you can grow. But the problem is that people still live within the confines of this pot. They are not in the pot, but the pot exists only in their mind, and that is the comfort zone, guys. This is the problem. Now when you plant yourself in the society, you can do virtually whatever you want, you can be whoever you want to be, but you do not because you relegate yourself to your mental pot, to your comfort zone. And now the pot becomes the limits of your imagination. The pot becomes the limits of your desire. The pot becomes the conditions that you allow yourself to be in and the conditions that you tolerate. Also, another thing about plants, you must understand yourself as a human being, because not all plants grow in the same conditions. Some demand more light, some demand less light, some want more water, some want less water, some grow in different types of soil, others grow in more moist or more dry types of soil. You must understand how you work, and you do this through experiencing life, and that's basically it. Just experiment, trial and error, but only when you take that risk of going out and doing this trial and error will you actually know how to maximize your growth. And an interesting thing about plants is that it requires both light and day. So if you think about it metaphorically, you need both positive and negative experiences. You need to go through the highs, and you also need to go through the lows. The highs make you grow, the lows make you grow. And in fact, when you go through darkness, plants grow more in darkness. So when you go through hard times, you actually have the potential to grow more. Take advantage of that, guys. That's a fact. Sometimes you just have to test yourself. You just have to put yourself out there. Oftentimes, even in my own experience, when I put myself through hard times, you tend to realize that you surprise yourself. You realize that you were stronger than you believed. And then your virtual pot or your metaphorical pot expands. That's your comfort level. That's your comfort zone. You expand your comfort zone. You enlarge your pot in your mind, and you're able to then grow bigger as a tree. It's the same thing. In the market, why is there a market for bonsais? Because bonsais are small, they're very cute, it's a hobby. But the thing is, it's the hobby of who? It's not the plant's choice, it's my choice. I bought the bonsai because I like to grow bonsai. It's for me. So if you want to live the life of a bonsai, you do not have the control of your destiny. The destiny is controlled by your parents. Who is the one trimming you, who's the one growing you? It's their hobby, it's their duty, it's their job. You have no say over it. So the bonsai is pretty only according to society's rules. And if you grow up and to become a tree, remember, your purpose is to get big as a tree. Bonsai can be cute, bonsai is a nice hobby, but the bigger the tree, the more impact and influence it has on society. Why? Because the bigger the tree, the more oxygen it provides. The bigger the tree, the more carbon dioxide it absorbs. It's better for the environment, it's better for the inhabitants of the planet. So, do not be afraid to grow to your fullest potential, because that is what you were made for, guys. You're not meant to look cute. Take risks. Know that life contains its ups and downs. And in the darkness, there's a potential for you to grow even bigger, to grow more like a plant does. You must learn to expand your comfort zone. Once you break from the chains of your family and live by yourself or live on another part of the world, you still have the pot, but the pot only exists in your mind. When you look around, nobody's taking account of you. Nobody's establishing the rules, except of course for the country. But then most of the things that you're programmed to do, that just exists in your mind. The pot exists only in your mind. That's your comfort zone. And it's only limited to your imagination. The bigger your imagination, the bigger your pot. It's only limited to your desires. The more you desire and the more willing you are to chase after your desires, the bigger the pot. And it also depends on the conditions that you allow yourself to go through and the conditions that you tolerate. Who do you surround yourself with? Where do you live? What neighborhood do you live in? What jobs do you accept? What quality of work do you accept to give out? Let me end with this, brothers. When you go to the market, what eggs are more expensive? Free-range eggs or farmed eggs? Of course, free-range eggs, because they are more nutritious. The eggs are allowed to roam the garden, allowed to roam the farm, whereas the farmed eggs, the chickens are only constricted to a coop. The eggs are not as nutritious. It's the same thing with you guys. Are you a stallion, the horse roaming the land who hasn't been castrated, or are you a gelding, the horse that has been castrated, no longer holds its manly, masculine power, but is only content with the life on the farm, the life on the plantation? And I know it's hard, guys. The life of a stallion is much more difficult than the life of a gelding, because a gelding, he knows he's guaranteed his food at the end of the day, but the stallion has to forage for his food. It's up to him to find his food, it's up to him to survive. Just like us Sigma males, when we break free from the society like we want to, when we want to achieve total freedom, it is up to us. We have the responsibility. We do not depend on anyone to give us food. We don't depend on anyone to give us a job. We take total ownership. It is hard, yes, but that is how you build the grit. That is how you build the strong mentality. That is how you build muscles, and that is how you build internal confidence, guys. By conquering problems, conquering issues, conquering insecurities, and coming out on the top. Confidence comes from not fearing things anymore. Confidence comes from a bigger comfort zone. And confidence comes when you look at yourself in the mirror and you see that you're not a bonsai, you're not a gelding, but you're that big ass tree. You are that stallion. And before I go to the ending, guys, I just want to thank every single one of you out there for 800 subscribers. Whether you were loyal since the very beginning or whether you joined right now, I am equally grateful to you all. Thank you very much for the likes. Thank you very much for the support. Thank you very much, especially to a lot of you. I know who you are. I don't want to mention every single person out there, but I'm truly grateful for all the comments that you leave there. I may not express it in words, but I try to reply to all your comments to show my appreciation for you guys. And that's that, guys. Thank you very much for 800 subs. Really, from the bottom of my heart, very, very grateful. Really, very grateful. If this message helped you in any way, do consider liking and commenting your thoughts down below. I really want to know what you guys think. And if you haven't already, do consider subscribing and hitting the notifications button. This is the channel where Sigma males, us lone wolves, us tigers, we upgrade ourselves and evolve into kaijus, the true Sigma male beasts. And with that, thank you very much for joining me, brothers. This is Kaiju Kong signing off. Take care.
What's manifesting is my victory. This is my what? My victory. What's manifesting is my victory. How do I do? How do I do? How I do it is a mystery. How do I do?